live streaming classes, so thanks for joining me. So again, my name is John. This is a power hour class, so 60-minute power vinyasa yoga practice. And I named this class Twist and Shout. So if you shout during class, that's perfectly fine. Alrighty. So as we prepare for our twist and shout practice, I invite you to come to a standing position. So stand in mountain pose. And just situate yourself. You can even stand. You don't have to come to stillness immediately. Maybe you want to shake out your shoulders and a little movement of your head and neck. Just checking in with yourself to see if you have any tightness or just sensations in your body that you just want to shake out. Then you might start coming to stillness and start to pay attention to your breath. You might take slow, steady breaths. You might even start with some deep breaths first. Nice deep cleansing breaths. I think one thing about a twisting practice, it has a healing quality to it, kind of a detoxing and healing, cleansing feel to it. So you might just start that intention work with slow, deep breaths. And as you've reacquainted yourself with your breathing, you might just take slow, steady breaths, aware of yourself here in this moment. Fully present, connected, and aware. Good. Hold on to this connection. Let it guide you and support you in your practice. And of course, a reminder, I'll be guiding you through your practice. I'll be practicing with you. If there's any moments you need to pause or rest or even modify any parts of your practice, please do so. This is about yourself. So pay attention and honor yourself in your practice. Let's take 3 more slow, deep breaths. And with these breaths, just prepare your body to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead. Reach and stretch. Take your time through this first half salute. As we exhale, we'll slowly fold forward, a good hinge from your hips, put a good bend in your knees, and just guide your way down. You don't have to touch your toes right away. Maybe your hands land right at your shins. Inhale deeply as you slide your hands up to your knees or thighs and extend your spine. Feel like a turtle coming out of its shell, extending forward. And exhale will melt back down to a forward fold. And we're going to hold this for a moment, allowing an opportunity to notice the stretch in your hamstrings, even some release in your low back and all the way down your spine. If it feels good, maybe circle your shoulders, again loosening any tension. A gentle shake of your head. You might nod yes, shake your head no. Even a big yawn. Opening your mouth wide. Just to stretch out your jaw. We tend to hold a lot of tension there too. You might even sway your upper body left and right gently. And continue to feel this nice release. Then inhale, slide your hands back up to your knees or thighs, extending your spine. We're going to pause here at half forward fold. So it looks like a tabletop. Feel the tailbone leading towards the wall behind you while the top of your head leads forward. Still breathing in and out. Maybe as you exhale, draw belly button up towards your spine for that nice connection. Then from here, just lean back a bit into your heels, bend your knees, let your hips drop like you're sitting down into a chair. Look forward, then extend your arms out and then just guide your way up to standing. That's an extended mountain pose. Reach high. Exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Let's just pause here for a moment, take a breath or two. Nice. We'll continue through that sequence, our half salute to the sun. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the air. Good energy in your hands and fingertips. Exhale, leading with your heart, fold forward, going at your own pace. Follow your breath, guiding your way down carefully. Inhale, rise up halfway. Again, the top of your head leading you forward. Exhale, let's fold again. We're just going to briefly pause, releasing here at the end. Rolling back into your heels, bend your knees, let your hips drop, look forward. Take your arms out to the side, then rise up, standing up. Reach into the air, inhale, and exhale, hands together and down to your heart. Another pause, hold here for a moment, just return to your breath. Deep cleansing breaths. Excellent. Let's continue with our full sun salute. Again, moving at your own pace. Inhale, reach into the air. And exhale, we'll fold forward, taking your time, maybe touching your toes. Inhale, rise up halfway, that full extension through the spine, through your neck. Exhale, bend your knees enough to place your hands on your mat in front of you and just start stepping back, both feet, until you're in plank pose, your high push-up position. We'll take a breath in right here. As you exhale, bend your knees a little, send your hips into the air, guiding your body into downward facing dog. I just call that a shortcut. You can do that this time and every time we come to this part of the sequence. Settle in. You might need to adjust your feet and your hands on your mat. If you'd like, you can pedal the feet here. It's like you're pedaling a bicycle or taking a walk. Pressing one heel down, feel that stretch in the calves. And then alternate, just pressing the other one down too. As you lift the heels, feel that stretch through your toes, even through the soles of your feet. Let your knees bend. Let your hips move side to side. And of course, deep breaths as you're moving. Meanwhile, your hands are pressing firmly and strongly into your mat. All right, just come back to center in your down dog. Hold in stillness for a second. We'll breathe in. As we exhale, walk, step, or even hop both feet back up to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, coming all the way up. We're going to keep this in motion. Reach high. As you exhale, take chair pose. Utkatasana, or a chair-like position. Holding for a moment. Breathe in, just reach out more through your hands, then exhale, we'll dive out of the seat, down towards your toes. There you go, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, our tabletop position. Your exhale to fold, placing your palms on your mat. Walk or step back. You can even hop back into plank pose. We'll pause for a breath in, and the exhale to lower the body. Chaturanga Dandasana, that's it, just bend the elbows coming down. You can rise to a low cobra or your inhale to upward facing dog for your first back bend here, and exhale, downward facing dog. Take the time to adjust your hands and feet. And we'll continue our lunge sequence. Inhale, extend your right leg up, reaching back nice and long behind you. Exhale. Let's bring right foot to the top of the mat. A light landing up top. Left heel turns to the ground behind you. Even shift the weight back into that foot so you can easily lift your hands without straining your back or this front knee. Warrior one. We're inhaling to rise up. Exhale, we're folding, bringing hands back down to the mat. Slide your right foot back, plank pose, finishing your sequence. Don't forget your shortcut. You can always do the shortcut here. Inhale, up dog, or keep it low for a low back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Quickly adjust. Then other side. Inhale, extend left leg into the air. Reaching back. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns to the floor. Shift the weight back, hands are light. That's it. Float your way up, inhale. Opening through your heart space. Exhale, folding. Plant the hands down firmly. We'll slide the left foot back to meet the other, and then finish your flow. We'll meet together in downward facing dog. Hold for a moment. We're going to take a seat, so you might just kneel down, then take a seat in the center of your mat. Swing the legs out front, and then lower yourself down. We're going to come to bridge pose, so just go ahead and lie down. Feel comfortable there. Then you'll bend your knees with your feet planted into the ground. Hold that for another second or two. Then re-engage your breath, so a nice inhale to fill up your lungs. You can exhale through the mouth as you empty your belly. Feel a light contraction in your abdominal muscles. That energy now allowing your hips to lift into the air. Just press your feet firmly into the ground, lifting your hips. With your upper body, you might even bend your elbows at 90 degrees. So you can actually press your elbows or the backs of your arms down into the mat, and that might allow the chest to lift a little higher, to expand a bit more. Now I'm kind of rocking left and right a little bit here at the top of my body, so I get my shoulders a bit underneath me. That way I can squeeze shoulder blades together, helping to engage those upper back muscles, which also stabilizes this pose. And meanwhile, my arms and my feet are really pressing firmly into the ground. A few more breaths. This is a pretty active posture, so you might feel this pretty much throughout your body. 2 more breaths. Then when you're set, just wiggle the toes forward a little bit, extend your arms straight up into the air, and we'll roll our way back down slowly until you've made contact with the ground. We're going to inhale, draw knees to chest. As you exhale, carefully rock forward and back, maybe several times, maybe several breaths until you're able to rock your way up to seated so you can come to boat pose. Now, I like to hold on to the backs of the legs and lift myself up to ensure an extended spine. That's my inhale. I want to lock that extension with the exhale. That's to draw belly in, get that abdominal locked in. I'll start leaning back so I have that angled upper body and far enough back where my feet just literally just float off the ground. I don't have to lift them. They just rise on their own just because I'm leaning back. Energize your feet, maybe flex your feet. You can still hold on, still maintaining the lengthened spine. You can always let go, having free hands here. This is certainly a challenge for the body. If you need less, you can always hold on. You can always bring heels to the ground. All right, let's get ready to move. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, cross legs. If you can, roll forward. Catch yourself with your hands in front, and then step back into plank pose. Hold here, get that strong straight line. Bend your knees a little, send your hips into the air, downward facing dog. Let's continue with our lunges. Inhale, extend right leg up into the air. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Back to our warrior 1, so left heel plants into the ground. Inhale, rising up, facing forward at first, then our exhale as we open to our second warrior. Warrior 2, that's it. Settling in, we'll hold for a moment. There you go. So let's notice this right leg for a moment, this front leg with the knee bent, toes kind of turned outward or pointing forward there. Now our side angle, let's follow the right arm out, angled upper body, rotate the arm so your right arm is probably braced on the inner right thigh. That's how I like to do this pose. Left arm reaching into the air. And then follow this left hand over your head so you're reaching in the same direction as your right knee and toes. And maybe you'll get this lengthening stretch quality. That's it, down through the left side of your body. Okay, we're going to breathe in. Exhale, we'll turn to bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to step back into down dog. Just step back, hips right up into the air. A quick movement right into down dog. Another nice shortcut. Other side, inhale, extend left leg into the sky. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel plants into the ground. Take your time with all of that. Inhale, rising up. Warrior 1. Exhale, our warrior 2. If you'd like, make some adjustments with the feet. I like to go a little wider for this pose. Outstretched arms reaching wall to wall. Again, noticing this left knee and your left set of toes pointing directly forward. Follow that left hand in that same direction. Then rotate your arms so you're in side angle pose. Again, not needing to touch the ground, but you're very welcome to. You can get low enough where this left hand actually touches the ground or some stacked blocks perhaps. Now follow the right hand over your head, reach in the same direction as your left knee and toes. At the same time, your right foot is pressing into the mat. That way you get that stretch through the right side. Very good breathing. Breathe in. We'll exhale, we'll turn, bringing hands down to the ground. And again, just stepping back right away to down dog. Step back, hips in the air. Inhale. And your exhale to walk, step, or hop, returning to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise up halfway, monkey pose. Exhale, fold. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Coming all the way up, reach into the air. Exhale, hands together and down to your heart. Just another breath or two and go right away into our next pose, which is a chair pose that we're going to twist. Whenever you're set, you're going to inhale and extend your arms into the sky. Exhale, come to chair pose, and if you notice, I'm not even taking a very deep seat. I'm just shifting weight back into the hips and heels, knees are bent, angled upper body with outstretched arms. That can be your chair pose. You can certainly sit down lower if you want to. And then go ahead and bring hands to heart center. Let's make sure from the waistline down we're steady, because we're going to stay in this position right here. Except the upper body, your torso, is going to twist to your right. So we're going to inhale to get some more length in the spine. Exhale, pull belly in for that engagement and a slight twist to your right side. We'll hold here. You can stay just like this if this feels just right, and this is really enough of a rotation for this pose. But you can certainly sit back and down a little deeper and even twist a little bit more if you want to, but not forcing it. Just being sure, you might want to look down at your knees, being sure they're still aligned with one another here. That way your hips are also aligned and you're just turning or twisting the upper body. We'll inhale. We're going to exhale, unwind, and just place your hands on your thighs like this. Go ahead and stand up tall, extend the arms into the air to get that stretch. We're going to go right away into chair pose, so sitting back and down. Again, not a deep seat, not necessary. Hands to heart center so we can get ready for the other side. Just a quick check-in with your body, everything nicely aligned and balanced. We're going to inhale more length through the upper body, exhale, pull belly in, and now your twist to your left side. And that could be the end for this side. Or maybe sitting back and down a little deeper. I'm sending the weight back. Just imagine there was a chair behind you. And just so you're sending the weight back, maybe towards the back edge of your mat. And maybe you'll twist a tiny bit more, not much. Good breathing here, because here's that wringing out sensation, that cleansing effect that twists can have. Let's breathe in. Good, we'll exhale, unwind, same thing, just hands on your thighs. Stay here because we're going to continue from here. Go ahead and just slide down your legs towards toes. Let's hold there for that nice release in the back after being in those twisting positions. Then we'll continue, just rise to monkey pose, just halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back down we go. Plant your hands, walk, step, or hop back into plank pose. Right away, come down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Of course, there's the shortcut. You can always use that instead. Up dog and downward facing dog. Okay, let's just continue to add on. So we're going to inhale, extend right leg up. First, it's a straight leg, but then we're going to bend the knee and lift the knee straight up, which opens the hip, but it also twists the spine just a little bit. We're going to add another twist. We're going to exhale. Bring right knee underneath you towards your left elbow. Your left elbow like this. It's just pointing to the elbow. It doesn't have to touch it. And again, it just puts another twist in the body. Inhale, take that right leg back up into the sky behind you. Reach. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Back to our warrior one. Rising up. Exhale, warrior two. Right away into our side angle, reaching out. Rotate the arms, follow your left arm overhead, reaching in the same direction as your front foot. Inhale. Then your exhale to turn. Nice. Bring the hands down to the ground. Step back, plank pose, finish your sequence. Shortcut or all the way through, or a modified version of your own vinyasa. Going at your own pace, always rest if you need to. Other side when you're ready. Inhale, extend left leg into the air. Bend the knee, then lift the knee, which creates the twist in the spine. hip opener. As you exhale, we're bringing left knee underneath you towards your right elbow, which creates another twist. Then we'll inhale, take that left leg back up into the air behind you, and left foot to the top of the mat. Warrior one, guide your way up on your own, floating into the sky, and our exhale to warrior two. Side angle, reaching out, follow that left arm. Angled upper body, rotate the arms. Follow the right hand over your head, reach and stretch, lengthen. Breathe in. And our exhale to return to the earth with both hands. We'll step back into plank pose, completing your series, meeting together in downward facing dog. Let's take a quick break here. Go ahead and bring your knees down to the ground. If you're able, sit back into hero pose or just sit on the ground. You can just take a break, rest a little bit, get some water as I demonstrate this next little sequence. Okay. So I'm going to take my left leg into the air here. Reach, so there's our straight line. I'm going to bend the knee, lift the knee. As I lift, I'm trying to lift the knee straight up. And it opens the hip and it puts a kind of a gentle twist in the spine. I want to be sure my hands feel very firm and balanced and aligned on the ground initially. So you're going to stay here for a moment. I'm going to take it further. I'm going to flip the dog into a back bend, into a wild thing. Now you can stay just like this or continue taking this foot over the body, step down, just landing on the toes. You might even turn this right foot around so the foot is planted. You can do that with both feet actually. And then press into the ground with that right hand and lift up. So basically you're in a back bend, but you've got a slight twist in the body here too. We're going to flip it back over. So this left hand is going to look at the ground here and then kick that left leg back up into the sky. From there, we're going to take left knee, in this case, over to right elbow. So just a little series of twists right there. And we'll continue the flow. Alrighty, so that flipping of the dog into wild thing is optional. You don't have to flip it, you can just hold that down dog. All right, so let's go back to downward facing dog, and we'll try that out. So we'll start with the right leg. Inhale, extend your right leg up into the air. Bend the knee, and try to lift the knee straight up. It won't feel like you're moving very much, but it's quite significant. Now you can stay just like this, or keep taking that leg over, flip it, land on your toes, turn the left foot around, and so you can plant both feet into the ground. It gives you a good base. And maybe this is as high as you go. Maybe this is it. Or lift your hips up into the air, reaching for the sky. Breathe in. And exhale and flip back over. So this right hand will come down, right leg right back up into the air, and now right knee towards left elbow. For that extra twist, yes. Right leg back up into the air. Let's continue warrior one. So right foot to the top of the mat, left heel to the ground, rising up when you're ready. Exhale, warrior two. And we're going to add something here, a little different. Let's go ahead and relax the arms for a moment. Just bring your hands to your hips. So you can relax those shoulders because you just did that down dog with the flip. So we got this right knee lunging, and your knee and toes are pointing directly forward. Now turn your right foot in a little bit, okay? Because what we're going to do, we're going to match with the other side. So the left foot's going to kind of spin out, bend the knee, and you'll end up in this kind of position. We'll call this goddess pose. That's it. And so I think it works well with the toes kind of turned in. They don't have to turn all the way out. But you do want to have a sensation of kind of this lunge, like a grand plie if you were a dancer. And the outer thighs and knees feel like they're moving towards the wall behind you. All right, so you can take the arms back out to that warrior type position. And then take them up into the air, and this is our goddess. Okay, let's go ahead and return to the warrior one. Keep the arms in the air, basically just turning the whole body so you're facing forward again, and there's your warrior one, and that's it. Fold, bring your hands back down to the mat. Step back right into down dog. We're going to do that same flipping with the other side. Inhale, extend left leg straight up into the air. Bend the knee, lift the knee, and feel that little twist. Remember, you can stay just like this, Or continue. Step over yourself, set the toes down, turn the right foot around, both feet can plant into the ground, even if you don't all the way lift. Maybe you're just like this. Or lifting, reaching into the air. Your next exhale, flip it back over. Left hand down, kick that left leg. It's a literal kick back up into the air. It'll flip you back over. And then left knee underneath you towards your right elbow for that added twist. Left leg back up into the sky behind you. Reach. Left foot to the top of the mat, warrior one. Right heel to the ground, rise when you're ready. And our exhale to warrior two. So let's arrive in the warrior two. Set it up. Reach out. Let's relax the arms by bringing hands to hips. Let's adjust the left foot. So turn the toes in a little bit. And then we'll match the other side. We're getting ready for our goddess. So we want to kind of deep plie or just bend the knees and kind of drop into that. And again, the toes can be slightly turned in, but be aware if the knees are dropping in. You're trying to push or move the outer thighs and knees towards the wall behind you. Maybe the tailbone is pointing towards the floor, so it's a little pelvic tuck. So the tailbone's pointing down. Let's extend the arms out to the side, and then up into the air, more like a V shape. There's our goddess. Feel that in the legs, and then just spin forward, turning the legs and feet until you're in warrior one. And then fold, hands down to the mat. Step back, down dog. Right here. Jump, step, or walk. Both feet return to the top of the mat. Stay on your feet in this forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, back down. Weights in the heels. Bend your knees enough so you can inhale. Rising up safely, reaching to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, good. Nice big sequence there. Take a couple breaths. So now we're going to add that chair pose with a twist and then continue with that sequence. We'll add on a few more things. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, chair pose. As you're taking your seat, you can bring the palms together and down to your heart. Choose the depth of the seat that you'd like. We're going to inhale to get up more extension in the spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Now you can stay up high in the pose, which I typically do, but of course you can certainly go a little bit lower. And this left elbow might even reach over to the right knee or even to the outside of the right knee or leg, but you don't have to. Let's breathe in right here. Exhale, unwind and fold. Hold for a second. While we're down here, just go ahead and plant your hands into the mat and just step back into plank pose. Come on down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, extend right leg into the air, bend and twist. Stay here or flip the dog. You just continue that flow. You can turn the feet around so your toes are pointing at the other end of your mat, reaching up into the air for the back bend. Exhale to flip back over, right hand down, right leg up, but then right knee towards left elbow for the added twist. Right leg back up into the sky behind you. Warrior one. Warrior two. This time move into side angle. Side angle. Right hand down, left hand into the air, and even following it overhead, lengthening through the left side. Okay, we're going to add a twist here. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, turn so you can bring this left palm to the ground. Then rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Extend your right arm forward, reach, and then up into the air. So we're in this revolving position. Stay here, but you're going to gently set your left knee onto the ground. Continue reaching into the air. So we're in this twist. All right, you have the left knee on the ground. Hopefully you can see me, you can follow me. We're just going to lift the upper body. Just like this, like you're in a warrior two, but we're kind of in this twisted, kneeling warrior two position. Now we're going to get some leg and core strength with this. Make sure your toes are tucked behind you. Engage, squeeze your inner thighs towards each other, engage your belly, because you're going to lift that back knee back up off the ground. You're going to unwind here into warrior two, but right into actually goddess. So the left foot's going to continue to spin out, lunge, and there's our goddess. Yes, arms into the air, wonderful. Spin forward to warrior one. Then fold, bring your hands down to the mat. Step back, just plank pose. Bring knees to the ground and sit back into hero. Okay, we're going to take a little break here. Since I added a bunch of new stuff, I'm going to go through it again so you can just see it. Okay? So we've made it. Let's say we just finished the flipped dog, and here's my right knee to left elbow. I'm taking it back up into the sky. Warrior one. Right into our warrior two. We took this to side angle. Following this left arm overhead for the left side body stretch. Then we twisted this. We're going to inhale for expansion. Exhale, this left palm comes to the ground. Now, if you've got some blocks, you can certainly bring some blocks in. If that's too low, bring your blocks in. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you, so everything's nice and even and aligned here. I'm extending my right arm forward to ensure an extended spine, and then taking this up into the air, which creates the twist right there. The lifted blocks, having yourself lifted, actually helps nicely. But we're going to gently set the left knee onto the ground. That the toes can stay tucked back there. Still reaching up, but some core strength. So my legs feel kind of loose at the moment. I can feel this right knee kind of going out to the side. I need to squeeze them in and pull belly in, which actually gives me some leverage to actually lift up until in my twisted kneeling warrior two. Squeezing some more. Lift that back knee. And then unwind. Those back toes are just kind of spinning all the way to the other side of the room so I can come right into that goddess pose. Spin to warrior one. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and meet again in downward facing dog. From here, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. Stay on your feet. Inhale, rising halfway. We're going to exhale to fold. Hold for a moment for this nice release. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come all the way up, back to standing, reaching into the air. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll just pause for a moment. Because we started with that chair pose with a twist, so we'll continue from there. Here we go. Inhale, sweep the arms into the sky. Take your chair pose, exhaling. You can go ahead and bring hands to heart. Find that seat. You can go as deep as you'd like. Breathe in for more extension of spine. Exhale, pull belly in, twist to your left this time. That wringing out, cleansing feeling. Let's breathe in. We'll exhale to unwind and fold. We're going to pause there for the release. Bend the knees more, plant your palms into the ground, step or walk both feet back, plank pose. Finish your sequence, chaturanga perhaps. Up dog. That's it, and downward facing dog. Then your inhale, extending left leg into the sky, bending the knee, lift the knee. Flip the dog or stay where you are. Good. Yes. Feet can go wide. That's perfect. Reaching the arm into the air. We're going to flip it back over. Exhale. Kick that left leg back up. There you go. Left knee to right elbow. Back up into the sky behind you. Straight left leg. Warrior one. Warrior two. Side angle. As this right hand comes up and over, reach overhead to extend through the right side. Here comes the twist. Breathe in first. Exhale, turn to plant the palm on the ground or use some stacked blocks there if you want. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Extend your left arm forward to ensure extension through spine, then left hand up into the air. There you go. And there's our rotation. You can even gaze up past your left hand, but if that's too much on the neck, look forward or even down. Okay, make sure the legs are squeezing in so you can set the right knee gently on the mat. Keep the toes tucked. Keep squeezing to center line. So it gives you leverage so you can rise up just your upper body. So we're in our twisted kneeling warrior 2. Still squeezing to center line so you can pick up that back knee. Whoa, that's some balance there, yeah? Unwind into goddess. So the right foot just kind of spins out, bend the right knee, and go right into that deep plie, arms up into the air. Spin forward for warrior 1, so left foot's facing forward. And fold again. Hands to the mat, step back plank, just take a shortcut to down dog. Okay, let's take another back bend. So we're gonna just come down. You can even hop forward, cross legs, take a seat, roll down onto your back. Let's just rest the hands and shoulders for a little bit and just take another back bend. Feel free to take a few breaths right here. This can be our little resting spot before you move into the pose. But whenever you feel ready, start the movement with breath. So a nice full inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale to empty your belly. Peel yourself up off the ground as the hips lift. Arms can stay flat on the ground if you want, or bend the elbows, press the arms into the ground, squeeze shoulder blades together underneath you. If you want a little bit more activation, that's fine. Or just keep it a little bit more mild if you'd like. I want to take my feet out a little wider, which actually gives me a little bit more space in my hips and my low back, and I can lift a little higher. And this might happen when you do that wild thing pose. That's when we flip the dog into wild thing. You can have the feet wide like this, which may give you a little bit more space, to get the hips up into the air. All right, 2 more breaths. When you're ready, you can just wiggle the toes forward. You can even bring them in a little bit more towards center. Extend your arms into the sky, then roll your way down. Let's extend the body, so extend the legs forward, reach the arms behind you. Keep that good extension. Reach dynamically in these opposite directions for a moment, maybe just an inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to draw just your right knee into chest and catch it with your hands. So we're just going to hug the right knee in. Now the left leg is still straight out in front of you. And we're hugging this right knee up towards your shoulder. But then soften that up a little bit. Kind of release the leg. It's still bent, but you're not pulling it down towards your body. You're going to take it across the body towards the left side, putting you into a twist. So the left leg, just keep it straight out there. The right knee just comes across the body and extend the right arm out to the right side. If you're able, turn your head towards your towards your right hand. Towards your right hand. So it's facing the opposite direction of the knee. So you got this complete rotation that's happening through the spine. If that's too much on the neck, look straight up. To come out of the pose, look up first. Let's get the neck back into a neutral place, and then unwind. You might hug the right knee in once again, then extend it back down onto the mat. Extend both arms behind you. Actively reach, inhale. Exhale, we'll do the left side. So bring the left knee in, catch it in your hands. Right leg stays straight out in front of you. Hug the knee in a little closer if you're able towards your chest, as if the knee is moving towards your shoulder. Release it a little bit. Go for the twist. Take the left knee across the body towards the right side, and your left arm extending to the left side. I just felt all kinds of little pops in my back doing that. Now your gaze can stay upward, or if it feels okay, turn your head towards left hand. Getting that complete rotation through the spine. Another nice healing and cleansing sensation. When you're ready to move, let's turn the gaze upward towards the ceiling. Then unwind. Pull the knee in a little closer. One more extension. Release the leg, extending both legs out front. Reach both arms behind you. Inhale here. Exhale, let's bring both knees to chest this time. Start rocking forward and back. We're going to rise up to seated so we can come to boat pose. That same setup if you'd like. I like to hold on, ensure an extended spine. Inhale. Exhale, lock it. I feel very firm here, so I can start leaning back. The more I lean back, I can just step my feet in a little closer to myself until they just naturally float into the air without any effort at all. Strong breathing. Releasing or holding on, either way. Let's hold a little bit longer, get some good core strength going on here. Okay, here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front if you can, or even just to the side. Stepping the feet back, plank pose. Hold steady for a moment in plank. Right side plank. So we're just going to spin over to the right hand and right foot, turning sideways, flexing the feet so that perhaps you can stack your feet or stack your legs, one on top of the other. If you need more balance, step the left foot in front. We're actually going to be doing that anyway. So step the left foot in front of the other, left arm reaching into the air. We're going to add another twist here. We're going to inhale, reach into the sky or even slightly behind you. Exhale, take this left arm and reach underneath or behind the right arm towards the other side of the room. There's another twist. Let's take this left hand back up into the air and then come back to plank. Onto the toes, let everything lengthen out. Then other side. Vashisthasana or side plank pose. Maybe starting with stacked legs and feet, then step the right foot in front of the other. See a little bit more of a base and balance. Breathe in, reach higher through the right arm. Exhale, twist by threading the needle. Right arm reaching underneath. There you go. Hold it. Bring it out. Then take it back up into the air behind you or up into the sky. Plank, right hand to the ground. Hold for length. Bend the knees, hips to sky, down dog. Still feel the lengthening through the spine and torso. Walk, step, or hop both feet to the top of the mat. Stay on your feet. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Let's hold that fold for a moment for that nice release. Then reverse your swan dive with a full inhale. Reaching into the air. Exhale, hands to your heart. Mountain pose. Let's pause. Breathe in and out. Nice deep cleansing breaths. We're going to go through a full sequence, both sides. Go at your own pace. Pause whenever you need to. Modify when you need to. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the air. Exhale, chair pose. Take the seat, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, more lengthened spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale again. As you exhale, unwind, then fold, slowly folding. Stay folded. Plant your palms on the ground. Step back, plank pose. Come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're getting ready to flip the dog. Inhale, extend right leg up. Bend and twist. Stay here or flip the dog. Right foot down. Turn the left foot around. This is where the feet can go wide maybe, allowing for this hip lift into the back bend. Reach. Inhale. Exhale, flip it back over. Down dog, right leg into the air. Right knee underneath you towards left elbow. Back up into the air behind you. Warrior one. Warrior two. Side angle. Follow left arm overhead, reach and stretch. Get ready to revolve, breathe in. Exhale, left palm comes to the floor or blocks. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Extend your right arm forward, then up into the air, creating the rotation. Hold for a second to arrive. Gently set left knee onto the ground. Squeeze inner thighs towards each other so you can lift toward twisted kneeling warrior two. Still squeezing to midline with the inner thighs. Lift that back knee. Unwind to goddess. Yes. Warrior one, facing forward towards right foot. Hands down to the mat. Step back, plank pose. Hold. Right side plank. So just lean over to right hand, turn sideways, stack legs and feet, flex the feet. Step left foot in front of the other. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reopen the body. Exhale, plank. Down dog, just bend the knees, hips into the air. Walk, step, or hop, both feet to the top of the mat. Stay on your feet. Inhale, rise, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, coming all the way up. We're going right away to the other side. Exhale, chair pose. Hands to heart. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, twist to your left. Breathe in. Exhale as we unwind, then fold all the way down. Place your hands on your mat, walk back into plank pose. Finish your sequence. It could be a shortcut to down dog or chaturanga, to cobra or up dog here. Downward facing. Left leg extends into the air as you breathe in. Bend and twist. Stay here or flip the dog. Turn right foot around, all 10 toes pointing to the back wall. Wide stance perhaps. Lift hips, reaching into the air. Inhale. Exhale, flip it back over. Left hand down, left leg up into the air. Bending left knee underneath you towards right elbow. All these twists. Inhale, re-extend. Left foot to the top of the mat. Warrior one, back to our basic flow. Warrior two. Nice wide stance there. Side angle when you're ready. Rotate the arms, follow right hand overhead. Reach and stretch. Revolving, breathe in. Exhale, right palm comes to the ground or blocks. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Extend left arm forward, then up into the air for the twist. Arrive, feel it. Right knee gently comes down. Keep toes tucked. Squeeze to inner thighs. You might even shift the hips back a little bit. That'll get the weight off that right hand so you can rise up to your twisting. Warrior two, that's kneeling. Pick up that right knee behind you. We're in a twisted warrior two. Unwind into your goddess pose. Both knees bent, lunging deep, arms extending into the air. Spin forward towards left foot, warrior one. Hands down, stepping back, plank pose. Left side plank, that last new addition to our posture in our sequence. Stacked legs, step right foot in front of the other. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread the needle. Reach, feel the twist. Back up into the air we go. Right hand lightly landing, plank. Hips to sky, down dog. Hold. We're going back down to the ground. You can hop forward, cross legs to take a seat, or just kneel down. Take your seat, you're gonna roll all the way back. Bring knees to chest. All right, check in with your breath. You might be slightly out of breath or a lot out of breath, that's okay. That was a lot of movement, a lot of work. So you can just come here and take a little rest, massage. I like to circle my knees. I can feel myself a little out of breath here. And then a hip opener. It could be happy baby pose. It could be reclining cobbler's pose. Just choose a hip opener that would feel good for you at this moment. You already did one, really, in that goddess pose. That's certainly a nice hip opener. Warrior two, of course. But of course, this is a little bit more relaxing. Take your time with these. You might take several variations of a hip opener. Once again, just listening to your body and what it might need at this moment. Even if you're doing something completely different, that's all good. Notice your breath again. Maybe you're not as out of breath as before. All right, let's come back to a hugging position. Just bring the knees in to the chest. Let's return to a twist, taking both bent knees over to the left side, right arm extending to the right. You can continue gazing upward or turn your head to the right if you'd like, just an option this time around. Maybe one last opportunity to wring it all out. Maybe there was parts of yourself, whether it's an emotional sensation or heavy thoughts that are just plaguing your mind and body, that these twisting poses can help release or just give you a little bit more space in your mind and your body. When you're ready, just come back up to center. Pause there as everything comes back to neutral. You can take the other side when you feel ready, no rush. Again, checking in with breath. Maybe you're taking deeper breaths right now. Slow, deep breaths just to continue this wringing out sensation. This cleansing and healing of the body. Stay here as long as you need. Whenever you feel set, you can return to center. Hug the knees in, and just decide what other movements you'd like to add here. Maybe there's another back bend or twist or even an inverted pose. You might move into shoulder stand or just extend the legs up into the air. Just feel free. Take the next couple of minutes to add any other movements or postures that would benefit your body at this moment. After a few minutes of this, we'll guide our way into Shavasana. Excellent. Whenever you feel complete, just make your way into Shavasana or any other restorative position. Something that's just relaxing and easy on the body. That might even be a seated position. You might lie on your side, or if you have some nice props like a blanket or a bolster, you might use those as a way to feel nurtured. And then just settle into the space. You might take one more full inhale with a complete exhale with the sigh so you can feel your body completely relax. Stay exactly where you are. Just take a moment to reconnect to your own breath. Return to the awareness of your breath. And as you make this reconnection, take slow, steady, deep breaths. Feel that richness, that fullness of the breath. Feel it expand and move through every part of your body. And perhaps in this twisting practice, you have made space within you, removing some of the obstacles that can sometimes hold us back, hold us down. And then refill yourself with this cleansing, healing breath, bringing life and energy, love and light, ease and comfort. Take 5 slow, deep breaths, using these breaths now to prepare your body to move. As you're breathing, feel the body moving slowly, gently. And perhaps after your 5th breath, carefully roll onto either side of your body. And just pause there for a moment in this nurturing pose. That reminder that you took the time in your practice to take care of yourself. Still moving in slow motion, go ahead and guide your way up to seated. Together, let's inhale, extend the arms out and up, reaching into the sky. And exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Hold in stillness for a moment, taking one more breath in and out on your own. And as we complete our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste.